Types of Villamayor sandstone. Ancient sedimentary environments are interpreted according to types. These correspond to lithosomes originated by particular processes which can be identified in the rock by their lithology, geometry, internal structures, paleoflow indicators, and their fossil content. The types which have been identified are the following. Canal filling. Paving. This constitutes the bottom of the paleocanals. They are either corrugated erosive surfaces, which indicate serious erosion, see photo, or very flat surfaces where erosion has left only a microtopography. Covering the surfaces is a mixture of coarse material, intraclasts, and occasional fossil fragments. Longitudinal bars. These are lobe-shaped bodies whose main axis is parallel to the principal direction of the current. They are thick-grained sandstones which are semi-badly chamagrated, arranged in grooves which cut across each other, see photo. They are always situated above the pavings, constituting the filling of the canal. Transverse bars. Other canals are filled with transverse bars. These bodies form a roughly triangular section whose main axis is perpendicular to the principal direction of the current. They are medium and thick-grained sandstones which are badly calibrated and internally arranged in sloping flat sheets. They are situated above the paving or the ceiling of the longitudinal bars in periods of flow-fall. Short distance. At times when the canal floods, it leaves very fine-grained sands with a high matrix content near its banks. Its main characteristic is its medium degree of bioturbation, the record of organic, animal and mineral activity. This is the type of sandstone that is most highly appreciated by quarrymen because of its homogeneity, size and colour. Long distance. Flooding that spreads further away from the banks of the canal leaves fine and very fine-grained sands. The sandstone has ripples, small waves caused by weak flowing currents. Floodplain. This is made up of greenish muds and clays with a high degree of bioturbation, and which sometimes indicate edaphic processes. They correspond to sedimentation by the decanting of the areas furthest from the canal during flooding. When this type of sandstone finally becomes interspersed between the transverse and longitudinal bars, it corresponds to low water level phases in the canal. Sedimentary model. The superimposition of sandstone types leads to a general cycle of grain size, decreasing from the top down, formed by the paving, bars, flooding, plain types. It reflects the whole history of a river from its beginning through its fullness to its end. In the case of the sandstone formations of Villamayor, the rivers were interweaving, see illustration, and flowed towards the northeast along the bottom of the Ciudad Rodrigo depression. The rivers were characterized because the whole valley was formed by fairly straight canals separated by bars, which flowed down relatively steep slopes and carried a sandy load, which came from the granite reliefs in the west and the metamorphic ones in the east.